All right, things seems to be working. Let's see if this works. Hey, hi there, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Good news, everyone. It's working. All right, just adding a few lines here and getting the stream notes ready. And we are going to do some constructed ladder and some brewing today because I'm really thrilled about Herofall. I 100% intend to cover limited on the stream, but for now, since we're preparing for the Cosmic Showdown, I just feel like brewing, and there's a lot of talking about wild, and that it would be either wild dominated or people trying to fight against wild. So I figured why not try to find what would be the best shell for wild in this new era. All right. So we're going to do some brewing tonight, and then we're going to enter the ladder with the brew and see if it sticks. And if it doesn't, then we try to find a new brew. We're mainly going to do with wild. I do not have... I have the wild legendary, so this is Raven to double clubber done. Yeah, that would be very aggressive, right? So... just going to brew things around and see how we can make this wild happen. Now, I love wild, so let's just start by the obvious, right? We want to test the new cards, the new toys, so Might Singer, Might... okay, she's there! Might Singer, Alendra, and then Dream Weaver. So we want to play with the new toys, trying to see what will be the best shell. And yeah, this is a sin, right? Not having this extended art really makes me feel sad. So first thing in order, we're going to purchase some legendary dust and solve this this big problem here. Dust, legendary, cheapest payout, and that usually doesn't work, right? Okay, so 71, I guess. Yeah, we need to. Yeah, they need. I mean, the art is just fantastic. The Coyote's art in particular, I really love the styles. So we're just going to make this right. Too late. Just making someone happy in the auction house. No worries about that. It's a small amount, right? Going to cover it with opening some nice legendaries. Oh, look at that with the wolves there. That's pretty neat. I love it. That's okay. Hey! Tiger's art, thanks for the hosting. Wow, hosting, thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it. If you just joined through Tiger's Odd, you need to hop on the stream to make sure that you can join the discussion on the chat. If not, you can just sit back and listen. We're going to brew some wild deck here. Alright, so we've got wild, and one of the things that I wanted to check is, which wild combination got the most, push with the new shards. So there's wild blood. Obviously, blood is getting some nice. Griffin Brews, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. We're going to do some brewing tonight. So, and thanks again, Tiger, for the hosting, appreciate it. So. Wild gets two new resources, right? There's Wild Blood and there's Wild Diamond. Now, tonight we're going to explore Wild Diamond, mainly because these are the cards that I have. I don't have a single Herofall or a single Vampire Prince, sadly. However, I do have some nice. I do have 3 Hero of Legion. So I think we're just going to brew Diamond Wild Ardent. See if that makes sense. So we want Hero of Legion, right? I have 3. I don't think I would put 4. But I like him at 3. So let's just see what kind of... and maybe we can try to get the cards that we need to fill in the gaps, but we'll try something here. I believe there's a new filter by faction. Yeah. Alright, so cost. What do we get? We get Brave. I think that makes sense. What we get for from Diamond, mainly removal, I guess. No Ruby Diamond, well, all trash. Any Kickstarted backers need a promo dust. I have one. Alright, so so let's see. So we're pretty beat down here. I'm guessing that we're not getting out of playing some Crocosaurs and some Balthazars. I think they're you know, very good, efficient cards. Let's put 3 right there. So we're going with 4. So I love Dreamweaver against sweepers. It's pretty cool. Maybe we run 3 because we might be facing a lot of Herofall, and I like having 3 diversifies the threat and makes it less likely that we discard a card to Herofall. I think that would be the main concern right now. I feel like this is a good place to start with the 2 drops. Maybe we want 4 because this one draws cards, so even though we might be discarding one, we're likely going to be able to play the both in our hand before the Herofall. So Cosmic Shaman, I like that. I do like that. So Cosmic Shaman, I do like that quite a bit. So let's just put 3. I think we're missing Chlorophilia here, so we're going to slide a few in here. So we're starting to see a deck. I'd like to see a Ardent 2-drop that has Flight or Evasion to work with the Hero of Legion. So what would we put there? If we remove the other shards. Well, okay. Filter, please. Alright. So here we are. We don't want PV. Only PvP cards. Perfect. Alright, so cost reduction and +1 and crush. I don't know about that. I feel that, you know, one of the main problems that we usually have with wild-based decks is that once you empty your hands, you have nothing else, right? And it's really hard to play catch-up. So I'm looking for ways to go around that. So I think 2 Balthazars is okay. Not really sure I play 6, though. We need a bit more RAM than what we're doing right now. Since we're obviously having a bunch of 5-drops, maybe Puck. Like 2 or 3 Pucks, and they're Ardent as well. So we've got RAM covered. We've got some nice threats here, some card draw. I think first instinct would be to go with Flight on attack and create a random troop to get some card advantage, and then and then the next troop creates another troop so that we have a steady supply of threats. I love Skyguard and Steadfast, but I don't think we play this main deck though. I think this one attacking with Flight is a big deal. It's a big troop, and then we can go and create a troop there, and then the next ones will create troops, and then the next one, and then the next one. So we only have one troop with speed here. I think the if we're going to try Dreamweaver and be aggressive, I like to go with as a starter package. We'll try Grandfather. If that doesn't pan out, then maybe we do something else. So, do we go with Diamond or we go just Wild? So Diamond is bringing in a bit removal. I love that. Hero of Legion, I do love quite a bit. What else do we have here? There's not a lot of cards that's open. We'd use basically Fall. I think we use Diamond for some amount of removal, right? Maybe a Martyr. Don't really like that. Meeks main deck. We're likely to find a lot of things with two attack. And if we face Wild, it deals with opposing Might Singer of Ages. So, you know, 4 removal package here, I like. Yeah, and there's Euro as well, so Eurofant would be a nice 3-drop. Let's go with 3 again. The combination that I like one of the combination I like the most right now for Runir in White Diamond would be +2 defense and +1 attack and crush. But Skyguard, I do love Skyguard quite a bit. This makes for a very big wall early in the game, and it's not easy to come by. And it's going to grow by itself, so maybe stats increase is not the best. But I think I like, you know, if we're going to face big, you know, troops and aggressive decks, maybe we just put 2 defense in there to make it a very, you know, very efficient at blocking. Now, you know, even stuck without any improvement with this configuration, it can block Vampire Kings. So it might just be like 2 removal, but we don't have a lot of ways to draw cards. Well, we do have Might Singer, 2 Balthasars, but I feel like if I'm going to spin card slots here, I would go with roughly the same configuration, but on Root Father, just to have additional card draw. If we go 3 Root Fathers, we can go Skyguard Steadfast, and that's very, very, very good on this guy. And maybe we go with Crush, like a big wall. That's also an efficient attacker with Crush, and it has Steadfast, so that might just be something, right? Wow, I'm dropping a lot of frames right now. I don't know what's happening. Might have to restart the stream here. If you guys have any problem watching the stream, let me know. Let me know. I don't know what's going on. It's usually not like that. Alright. Okay. Huh. Alright. So Hero. Yeah, I think Hero fills the shoes of Hierophant, right? It mostly does the same thing. If you manage to activate him, he grows. And he could be grown more than +1/+1 per turn. He has very big stat to start with. And there's synergies with our other troops, which I really like. Major here, creation. Yeah, maybe we go with that. 9/8 crush that fast Skyguard, sure, sign me up. Yeah, that's I think that's big enough, right? That's very big wall. So do we go with Grandfather Elk? So card draw, card cycling. We've got 3, 7, and then 11 cards. That's mostly okay. I think Puck is going to help us cast these big things most of the time, so I do like him. And it's Ardent Troop as well, so even if he's not helping us casting things, on turn 3 we can just play Hero of Legion and attack with him, and that's great. So right now, the one thing I want to calculate is we have got 4 Coyotels here, 3 that's 7, plus 3 that's 10. I'd like to be a bit higher on the Coyotel side, Coyotel count, just to enable Dream. Enable Bluegrass to have a very good to have a better chance of enabling Bluegrass most of the time here. So we're at 11 for 8. Yeah, 11 for 8. 11. Alright, I guess 11 works. And Grandfather, just to push through damage, right? We've got this big attacker that might make a very big difference. We've got some quick action removal, and we've got some draw. We're very big. We're ramping. All right, I think we have a base to explore tonight. I think that this should work well. Now, resources. We want Bluegrass. Let's just line up everything and this is why, you know, it becomes very interesting here, because we can just play a lot of resources, a lot of sources of wild and diamond, and not even hurt our Might Singer of Ages that much. So we've got, right, you know, from the start, we've got 12 sources of each shards. We're mainly wild, so the next few shards will be mostly wilds, right? Something like that, just 72, 80. We don't need diamond that early, so I think I'm going to shift to 14 sources of diamond and 22 sources of wild. Seems like a good start. We're not going, yeah, maybe let's be conservative a bit. Let's go 13, yeah. Let's go 15 diamond and 21 wild. I feel that this is mostly okay. Would you guys shave a root fodder for a Balthazar? Maybe that's something we do from the reserves. So this is where diamond becomes very interesting from the reserves, because there's a lot of options there. So we could just, I think, purge. We could add 1 or 2 purge here. We want Carnosaurus, a few of them, and maybe Smashadon. For not Smashadon. What's the name of the dino? It's what's his name? Chompazor. So maybe 2 Chompazors and Wind of Change. The reason I'm going Wind of Change is that there's a lot of new, very exciting constants in Blood. And there's a few champions with constants. So if we're fighting constants, I like having these. Now, we need to kill vampires, right? So Turbulence, maybe a few Turbulence. Maybe 1 or 2, and then maybe Gale Force. So I would bring removal to... a lot of removal for vampires here if they become a troublesome. We can eat constants here with these cards. What else would we need? Pheromones, yeah, that... well, we're playing a big wide deck, so pheromones might just make sense. So let's just look at if we'd like to diversify our threats. So if we face aggressive like burn decks, we want to gain health. So we've got a counter resort that would mean more Balthazar. Maybe we have 1 more in the reserves. That would make sense. What else do we go with here? Forever Blooms. That's a good coin. Bulk coin. So Forever. Do I have one? Forever Bloom. I don't have any. Sadly, I don't have any. But that would be a consideration. I don't think I would run this main deck, but that would be a consideration. So we're 3, 2, 4. We've got Crocosaurs. We've got some. And actually, yeah, meats are quick. That does make a bit sense here. Okay. So, where else do we go from there? We've got standard 24. I don't feel like we'd need more. So, where do we go with our last few slots of reserves? Where do we go with this? So, just look at... do we want answers or do we want a higher variety of threats? We could play one life binder, although this is more, more win more than anything else. We could go with Dark Heart. I don't necessarily like this one. We're facing a format where there Infinitrix. We don't have Infinitrix in the deck. Infinitrix is kind of nice, and that provides some life drain. If we're facing if we're facing blood a lot, it would be nice to have some Master Moss. So maybe we have a bit too much dedicated removal, and we create a few spaces for Master Moss. I don't hate that. I don't hate that. So if we're facing heavy removal, we'll just go with Master Moss. That could work. I would love to fit an Adjudicator, but that's not a kind of deck for it. Gargalit. Gargalit, we don't have any... That would be a card that we would gladly put into the deck. Yeah, that would be a card that we'd put in the reserves or in the main deck for sure. No question. No question there. But for now, let's go with what we have. See what we can learn from this. I like having 3 Master Moss in the reserves. Alright, so... things against aggressive decks. Things for constants. More removal for Vampire and Flight Troops in general. Gale Force is nice for that. Some Board Wipes for the mirrors. Wide mirrors. And some troops for the heavy removal decks. I guess we're mostly covered, right? Oh, that's true. That's a nice. That's a neat interaction there. So, do we fit one life binder, one dragon here, in the reserves to go with the Master Moss? I could see that. It's a neat interaction. So, how many constants removal? Turbulence. Yeah, maybe we shave one turbulence and try the dragon here and go with the rest. That will work. I think, yeah, there's nothing like trying out, right? Trial and error, see what sticks. So let's just rename this deck real quick. So ladder, this would be wild, diamond wild, diamond wild, I don't know, Might Weaver. Might Weaver, I like that. Diamond wild, Might Weaver. Let's look at this. They should be able to still game with that. Yeah, I don't want to put too many cards just for the remover. I think it's just a strong card that if you can accelerate into it, that's great. I like Grandfather Elk. If they ever tap out of resources, this is where this champion becomes a very big threat. So you don't need much there. We have some big bodies here. It also works well with Hero of Legion just to provide a a Valor action, so I guess it might be too slow. I wonder, because we don't have a lot of 2-drops, right? We have two, and we have a lot of high cost cards, so we might have to cut down on the big things. We'll see. Yeah, there's a lot that... Yeah, I think we have too many high cost troops. So maybe we remove the Roof Fighter. But the Roof Fighter is it's a turn 2 play, right? Let's see. Or maybe, you know, maybe after that we try with Ruby. But we don't have any new resources in Ruby, and that's a, you know, this is a very strong resource base. And we've got a lot of... Yeah, let's try that. Let's just try it. See if things sticks. And sleeve, that's perfect. Alright, so we're ready. Might Weaver deck. Doing some ladder. We'll try to record the matches. So this is Might Weaver deck. And here this would be ladder 01. Okay, so I think we're set. The notes are up and running. We're ready to proceed. And let's go into constructed rank here. Might Weaver. Also use it anti-burn to keep Might Singer wide grill. But that's the thing, you don't usually go with Might Weaver if they have resources open. You just hold it and you play other threats, but yeah. Sorry for that. Let's try this. Let's try a big white deck. Big wild deck. Oh, this is gonna be a mirror. And we're going to go first. Hey! Hey! We'll keep that. We've got a Might Singer early. From the reserves, we're going to bring in more Carnosauruses and a lot of other nice stuff. So let's see how we do here. We really want to draw resources, ideally a diamond very early. Smile for the camera. Alright. Brave early is nice. We're definitely running Might Weaver, Might Singer here. Ah, nice. But that's a, you know, that's a fair turn, right? If we get wrecked in the constructed queue, we're just going to switch to util. Oh, we're facing Wild Blood deck. Drawing a card here. Drawing another card. No, that's okay. Alright, so let's see if we can... do we go with Diamond? Do we trade or we go with Wild? I think we're going with... we don't have any... Don't have any Coyotals in our hand, so... Yeah, let's just pass the turn, sadly. And... Dread Harvest, okay, so that's a bit of a... Huh. This is not what I expected it to be. That's interesting. Dreadling, drawing another card. That's a lot of cards. That Might Singer drawn 2 cards already. Some Clubberdons. We're definitely in trouble right now. I'm not going to block. He might just be sporting some some pump with one. So what we're gonna do is bring that root fodder back into the deck. We've got puck, but it might just be one turn too late. We don't have... If we'd have diamond, we could just kill Might Singer or Vidras, but I think this is game here. I don't think we can get from there. Might Singer is just going to be 7-7 that turn, and we're done. We're pretty done. But we're going to play, see... Yeah, it's pseudo chlorophilia, but it doesn't ramp, right? So we're playing a lot of big cards, so we really need the ramp. But I can definitely see a deck not trying to ramp that much, just going for you know, the easy. Taking a lot of damage here. Gargolith. Alright. Decide 2 Gargoliths. Okay. Wow. I don't think we can do anything about that. Right there. And we've got a root remover, so we lost on the play. That's a big deal. So what do we bring in? We bring in ways to eat the other Might Singers. I don't mind a purge and a big dude and more big dudes. Drawing some cards. Alright, we need to remove things now. I don't think that the Cosmic Shamans are particularly good in this matchup. I think we just need to settle early. And we should be good. So what do we remove? If we bring down the curve, we might not need puck. We're silencing a lot of troops there. Remove the late game plays. And we've got 2 to change. Which one do we shave here? Pride's Fall and Meeks are nice. Maybe 1 Dreamweaver. And yeah, maybe we don't bring Balthazar in. Kind of refuel. We don't have any ways to refuel on a stalemate, so this guy breaks the stalemates pretty much. Maybe we just bring in 1 purge. Huh. Where do we go from there? I guess we only bring 1 purge. And I sided out 1 Coyotl. Okay. That's not too bad, but you know, I'm mainly running this to try out, you know, White Diamond, and to also do some scouting on what the other players are playing. But Sim Blood is going to be a good spot. Yeah. There's a lot of removal in Diamond as well this time around, so... do we have Wild on turn 2. Yeah, I guess this is a keep. This is a weird keep though. So we're going Diamond first, and then we're going Wild, Chlorophilia, Brave on turn 2. And we hope to get another diamond very fast so that we can get this Milant, the life binder, out very quickly. So I guess that would be the plan right now. So fighting against Big Wild. There's a lot of things going on here. So let's see. Just having fun. Crocozor is nice, so we're definitely going to get Wild here. And then Chlorophilia. into Brave. That was a decent turn. If he doesn't play any blockers, then next turn we just Hero of Legion attack with Brave. He does play a blocker. And it's a nice singer. It would be nice to draw one of ours. We've got Pricefall though. That's a big deal here. Access to 4. I think we're just playing Hero of Legion and playing the other Brave. Hoping that he plays another troop very, very soon. We're 1 diamond away from being able to play the dragon here, so that's a neat interaction as well. And if this thing grows big, we can Pricefall. So when we see that our opponent is about to get its third white threshold, we might want to just keep Pricefall open. No hit from the Might Singer is great. It means that next turn we attack with Hero of Legion. See what happens. I guess we're not in a bad spot this game around this turn. And we do have some removal to show for. Nice. Nice. Diamond. Alright, okay. So we're in. Do we go with attack with Hero of Legion and a Brave? With the power here. So we attack with 2 big troops. He might be playing a wide growth here, so I don't know. Hey Seiju, how are you doing, sir? So let's see. If he plays a wide growth, we do have Pricefall, so I feel it is very safe to do this. And attack with Hero of Legion and Brave. Try to get some Valors into our hand. He takes the whole thing. We're going to play Valor here. And we're going to play Valor on one of the Braves. I feel like we're just going to keep Valor for now. Yeah, there's no reason to be hasty. When he's around 5 resources, this is where it becomes a bit trickier for us. But if anything, next turn we play Milant, and we'll be in a fantastic position for this game. The fact that we have ways to remove his Might Singer even when he's full-fledged going off, I think that's a big deal. And now we're in Krakosaurus territory, so this is clearly what we're doing next turn. And then we get 3 Valors or 2 Valors. That would be perfect. So Krakosaur. Alright, that's okay. That's a charge spent. So we don't have to deal with that charge anymore. We're not going to have resources for Pricefall during his next turn, which could be a problem, but and we need to block Dreamweaver, so we're not going to attack here. We're just going to put some Valor into the Krakosaur. Get a nice defense going if we need to face the Dreamweaver. He's not going to go through these 2. And then we can start holding out Pricefall. So when it attacks, gain 1 resource. Okay, another Mightweaver. Still doesn't have the white threshold required, but we need to get things going pretty fast. One of the cards in his hand is the is a Gargalet. Alright, so that works fairly well for us. So first thing in order is Krakazaur, the 2 Might Singer. Here it is. Maybe we want a 4th Krakazaur in the reserves. I feel that might be very relevant. Let's just go at Diamond. Alright, and in this position it's safe to... yeah, okay, so that works. Hey Gatekeeper, how are you doing tonight? I feel like with Diamond we have a slight advantage in the matchup, but now we're going to be on the defensive, so do we want to change things? We really want to interact with his early plays as much as possible with Carnosaurus, Pride's Falls, Meek. I love that. Master Moss is a nice blocker. We've got Flight Troop here, some Balthazars. I think we're covered. I like the reserve. If anything, I would like to have one more Krakazaur and maybe one more Karn in the mirror. And on the draw, maybe we want to bring in Puck to have more ramp, to go bigger than him. But let's go with that. I feel that we're doing okay. Yeah, Carnosaurus is going to be big. Maybe even the main deck for the most part. That wouldn't surprise me if some would run Carnosaurus main deck during the Cosmic Crown Showdown. So we've got turn 2 Hero of Legion in our hand. Is that good enough? I don't think that's good enough on the draw. Yeah. Alright, that works. At least we've got some defense. And we've got some ramp. We're going to open up with the Diamond again. Oh, and we got Might Singer, so things got interesting. Things got very interesting. So, turn 2... do we turn 2 Chlorophylla? Or do we turn 2 Might Singer into turn 3 Chlorophylla and maybe Carnosaurus? Another Might Singer, huh? Alright, so this provides wild. And I think we're going to Might Singer here. We don't necessarily want to draw a troop, but if we Chlorophylla and get a troop, that means that our next draw wouldn't have been a shard. And that's something that we really want right now. I do love the Dreadlings with Hierophant here. I think this is a great combination. Really cool. And he's getting some resources from Hierophant attacking, so I like that combination. I like it a lot. We didn't see a lot of pump actions. So let's just block here, see if he does. He got the Gargalet. I should have known. I should have known. This was a bad play. Chlorophylla. And now we're running behind because of Gargalet. I gotta say, I like this build. Maybe we try to go with that. Some Dreadlings and Hierophants. I love where this is going. I love this. Maybe we try to find a few Gargalets in the auction house. I like trading Chlorophylla for Hierophants that ramp. Wow, and Hierophant is going to be big right now. And he's steadfast. Yeah, I like that. That interaction I really like. That makes a lot of sense. And these triggers from Braves as well. And the Acolyte just provides ramp. So it's just a different kind of ramp, right? That makes a lot of sense. So let's see if he has a second Gargalet in hand. That would be pain. Alright, no second Gargalet in hand. Okay. Howling Brave, that works fine. So we're definitely putting Braves up. No, it here. I think we're going to put Carnosaurus and eat the Brave. Eat the Brave. Make sure that our opponent doesn't get up to 8 resources too easily to play as Gargalit. Because that's there's a lot of cards that Gargalit does counter very well. So turn 2 Hierophant, yeah, turn 2 Hierophant. Look at that. But I really like the Dread Harvest with the Acolyte. I think there's something there. I think this works. I really love it. And you don't need Crush on Hierophant since you're providing it with your Champion Power. And once you play Gargalet, Champion Power becomes fairly safe. So there's a lot of nice things going here. I think we're going to try to emulate some of that before our next round. There's likely no real way we're winning this game, but so Dread Harvest instead of Chlorophilia. We're going to check for the auction now, see if we can find maybe 2 Gargalets and a few Acolyte with some Hierophants. Yeah, I like that combination. So in this matchup, the one card that we should have cited out is Hero of Legion. It's just irrelevant, it's not big enough. It really isn't. So... And our opponent had blood the first game and now he's not playing any blood, so that's a bit weird. That is a bit weird. We want to play... I feel like this is a trap. We want to play... Yeah, I think Hero of Legion in Big Wild is not good enough. I love the Well of Ancient, but I don't have Herofall, so it's really, you know, and I don't think I have enough platinum to play some Herofalls there. Wow, Unleash the Beast, 12 counters. All right. Oh my god. Oh my god. All right. This is what's going on with this deck. Dreadlings, Unleash the Beast, Might Singer. Oh, that could be it. That could be it. I like this build. This is very refreshing build right there. Very cool. Very, very cool. So I guess we're switching with blood. Yeah, Herofall is at 1k, I've got 2k, so I'm not investing into any Herofalls, but let's see Acolyte. What's the going rate on Acolyte? Of Shoku. So that one's 87. I got 2, so we could go with 4. Gargalet. What would be the going rate for Gargalet? So I think that would be... Yeah, I think we can get 2. We've got a Hierophant. We've got the Red Factory. Also, alright. Well, if you can post your list in the chat, it would be cool. I love the list. I really do. Dread Harvest. I really love that list. It makes sense. It's a nice blend of new cards. Let's see. So you're playing. Okay, so let's just review the list real quick on stream then. That wouldn't be the right screen. Okay, so this is your list. Let's see. Unleash the Beast is actually better at set and night cast target the RI value. Yeah, 9 is the sweet spot. It really is. Then you go up to 12, but that's a unique. Not sure I would want to go with Unleash the Beast though, but I love the way you're thinking about this. I really love the core. The core makes a lot of sense. But 4 power Yaskan with only Dread Harvest to produce Dreadlings and Shoku I feel is a bit low. Reserve some Dark Heart. But I like where this is going. I think this is a strong core. I think this is a strong core, so let's try something like that. I love that. So we need some Well of the Ancients though. But the rest is fairly cheap to get. So Well of Ancient. Wow, Well of Ancient is really high cost here. How many do I need? I got 0. Yeah. 3 times 7, 4 times 7. That would be. I don't even have enough for Well of Ancient, so that's a bummer. I like the list though. Like the list, but we're not going to go near blood right now. But let's see if we can do pretty much the same thing, but not going into blood. I think there's an argument here for just maybe we just go mono while. I love the core, so let's just do a new one. A new one. So we've got Dread Harvest. Dread Harvest. Shoku. And the rest we would go with Brave. We've got Hierophant. We've got Might Singer. Dream Weaver. Yeah, no, I understand. Dreamweaver is nice. So Shoku is nice. Dread Harvest feels right. And this can fuel for not too much the Hierophant every turn if you have the resources for it. I think I'd still play Krakazor. We really need Gargalit in Mono White. I think this is an integral part of what we're trying to do. So let's just get maybe 2. Do we play full 4? I guess we do. 4 Shoku and here we're going with Sky God Steadfast and some things here. I love that. I really do. That works well. Wellspring is a definite possibility here. 5 Krakazor. I feel if we're going mono wild, we're going to bring in some Carnosaurus main deck as ways to deal with other Might Singers in the main deck. So we need 2 Acolyte and 2 Gargalit, so let's just get these. They're fairly cheap. Acolyte. Alright, so true. So Acolyte does 90. Think that's fair. And then the next one costs 90 again, hopefully. 90 again, perfect. So, or get it. Car, get lit. I don't think I'd run more than 2. You run a 4/4 Gargalit, okay. That's a lot though. I wouldn't go that far. I think I'm going to run 2 from the start. So deck ramp into repeated Hours of War. Yeah, Hours of War is a pain. So we've got the Acolyte, we've got the Gargolets. So Gargolets. We've got Acolyte. Alright, we're 32. This really needs some Balthazar. Balthazars with these. We don't have a lot of big early troops though. So maybe we run some Clubberdons. Balthazar, we need some big Hierophant or Krakazor or... How does this deck work? Huh. So I think we were running with Grandfather still, right? It's the whole point of the deck. Reserves, we're going with Dino. We want 2 Champazars, Klakadon against the burn decks. 2 more fighting dinos. I think that covers it. So maybe Gale Force for 2. And then Turbulence. And the last few Scorn. Do we play Scorn? Hey there! How are you doing today? Destroy 1 target artifact, destroy 1 target constant river, 1 target troop. I guess we'll play 2 Scorns. And do we go Argus? We go full Argus? Why not? Okay, so we've got some kind of reserves. Here we got a nice plan. We've got 1 slot open. I guess... Why do we go with the last slot? Blue-black deck runs like a beauty. Nice, nice. And again, guys, if you want to just play a game against me while we're testing decks instead of going the ladder, just let me know. Might be a bit more entertaining to do so. So we're covered on the gem here. What else? I feel like if we're going to have some dreadlings, we could run a single Dark Heart. Yeah, I want to test this guy. So we're playing wild. We don't have access to Skyguard and the ramp. So I guess we're going to crush and create a troop. Just for funsies. Going with what we have. So shard wise, we don't want to put too many shards that are not wild. So, but I saw Pentachills running some Kismet's Curio in his build, and I really loved it. So I think we're going to I think we're Kismet's. Kismet. Do we have any? Do we have any? We have one. We want 4 more. All right. So auction house again. Curio. Is that the one? No. Curio. Curio. Yay! Alright, so it seems to be not too bad. I got Cosmic would be just like Mombus. Yeah, that's a nice thing. So 100, yeah, I guess that's fair. We need 2 more. 2 more. Alright. Yeah. And here it is. Yeah, play what you know. That's a very good advice. Alright, so we're going to test the Curios. I really love the idea. I really do. And now if someone wants to send a challenge my way, we're going to do so. If not, we're going to go into the ladder and test this new version to see if it sticks. Alright, so 4, 12, 8, 12 RAM cards, and even I'll give a few more. Let's just extend hard these Dread Harvests. Da -da -da -da, da -da -da -da. If we can be stupid now, can me? You can always be stupid, that's your right. Okay, that's something. Alright. Alright. So, new deck 1. It's a big wild, big Dreadlings wild. Something along these lines. Let's see. Let's test this. So, anyone wants to fight? Let me know in the chat. We can do a challenge. If not, we're going to try some Constricted Ladder with this. I need to like do video editing and such, and I'm too lazy. Alright, so where do we go from there? Do you guys want to do a challenge? Or do we go straight into the ladder? Give you 10 more seconds and then we hit the ladder. 9, 8, 3, 2, 1. Fight me! Vital remains. You wanna fight? We'll fight. Alright, where are you? Where are you? I don't know if I have you in the list. Do I have you in the list? Are you in the list? You're not in the list. You are not in the list. Alright. I cannot fight you. Can we send challenges through commands? That would be cool. Alright, so send me a friend request if you want to fight. We're going to do 1 match. No. No. Yay. Fixed. Fixed. I'm not much of a fighter in real life. I'm more of a runner. So if you manage to grab me, I will most likely get defeated. That's my main defense. I know you were sarcastic. Not much of a fighter. Actually, I have a I have a condition in my shoulders that prevents me from doing any impact sport. So long story short, the nerves and the muscles are the way they're configured for my shoulders are not the usual way, and that gives me a lot more space to work with my shoulder. But that has the side effect of making it very easy for it to go out of its socket, and that's extremely painful. So even just using a baseball bat and hitting some balls usually is enough to make one of my shoulders pop out. So yeah, doing fighting is not really in the options for me, sadly, or maybe not, thankfully. Clobberdons. Alright, so we've got turn 1 Acolyte, and we need more shards. So not a lot going on here. We can if we manage to do big turn with Dreamweaver on turn 4, we could be looking at a nice game for us. Yeah, Utul is a problem, and we've got Dark Heart, so 3. We're going to go from 2 to 4. We don't have a lot of 4 drops, so we just want shards. If anything, next turn we send a Dreadling to attack, I guess. Yeah, that was a very slow keep to. That was a very slow keep for Utul. I agree. I completely agree. So, woohoo! Dreadling attack. Dreadling attack. All right. The Dreadling is dead. They get spiteful and burn your mana through, but if they do, then that's mostly a good thing for us. Alright, so that's the... we can't really afford to block here, that's a problem. Wow, could have... yeah, that was... wow, okay, that's not the standard Util build. And we've got a shard, but that's not going to be good enough. Alright, that was a bad keep. That was purely a bad keep, so... what do you do against this guy? Carnosaurus, Clocodons. I like the Chumpasaurs as well. Gargolet is too high of a cost. Balthazars are nice, but I don't want to have too many. Crocosaurs are unlikely to be good here. Carnosaurus, we want the full list. What else? Do we cut the Dark Heart? Yeah, I don't think that's what we want to be doing here, so let's just be very, very, very low to the ground. This is a lot more close to the vest here. New Age Util. Scorn can, yeah, it can deal with artifacts, so maybe I bring in Scorn. But I got Chumpasaurs and some rune. Okay, so keep. First turn white shard, so second turn. Do we play second turn Acolyte? And then we play Might Singer, Dread Harvest. We want to go with Balthazar as quickly as possible. Yeah, a way to destroy all constants, that's great. But this is clearly not, well, I say clearly, I don't know what to expect right now, but... build a more aggressive mono wild deck, where will we go from there? Yeah, but from what we've seen first game, it is very unlikely to be the Mind Pyre Fulmination Chen deck. Alright, so let's open up the space for us. Oh, this is nice. This is nice. So we're going to put the... I kinda want to be able to play Hierophant and then get a Dreadling. But I think Might Singer here is the clear choice. We'll make him use a removal on the Might Singer instead of, you know, creating a board where he dishes a lot of damage to us. And then we can go on with the Dread Harvest Runeer plan. Oh, I wish we get a Carnosaurus right there. That would be so nice. Clockadon will do, so we clearly want to ramp here. Alright, I think with this configuration we go with Brave. And then we go with Dread Harvest to have it in play for next turn. And we keep Might Singer in defense. If he attacks with a Brutalizer, then we can trade with the Might Singer. Just play a guy who was running Bird of Plenty in McBumbus. True. I lost 2 Dreadlings there. You're right. You're completely right. So we're definitely trading with the Brutalizer here. And next turn... Alright, so that's 3 damage. And you know what? This turn we're... We have access to 5 this turn. But I really want to play Clockadon right there, so... Maybe we're just supposed to Clockadon, eat the Duelist, and next turn go with Runeer. Keep the Wide Shard for the next turn. Alright. So that's that helps to buffer things a bit. And now the next play would be Runeer. And we'll put him in a position when we play Might Singer that he has to kill it unless he's dead. Oh, we got a Kismet Curio. So here we play Hierophant. Then we play Shard to get a Dreadling. And we play the Acolyte. So Hierophant is 4/4 right now. I feel like we're attacking with the Clockadon here. Attacking for 5 total. Doesn't have a recurring source of damage on the board, so we'd have to play a Burn or Fireball. It doesn't have the thresholds yet for Fireball. Arena Regular, that's... and a Shard, and then another Brutalizer maybe? That was not the best sequencing for him. Another Brutalizer would be weird since we can block it. Next turn we're going to Balthazar, and that would likely seal the deal. I still think we Balthazar here, right? We Balthazar, and then maybe we draw a wild shard. We did draw a wild shard, so wild shard. Put some Dreadlings, and then we can attack for a ton of damage. I think this is where we put pressure. Gain some resources back. Play Might Singer, and yeah, that's a nice. I like this line a lot. I do like this line a lot. Hierophant with Dread Harvest works really great. Maybe there's a way to abuse it even further, like using the Shoku champion. I don't feel that the Acolyte is putting its weight here. I think I'd much rather run Chlorophylla instead of Acolyte, since it triggers the Harvest, and it does ramp us in a way that it cannot be, you know, interrupted here, because I feel that when you're at a position where Shoku just, you know, makes a difference, then it's too late, right? The Hierophant is already big, and everything is going in the right direction. Also, Chlorophylla helps you ramp thresholds faster, so I think I like it more. Yeah, do we bring the Scorn here? It would be mainly just to destroy an artifact. I think I'll replace Scorn with Wind of Change in a reserve after this. And we're going to remove Shoku for Chlorophylla. The rest seems to be working fine. You don't own Chlorophylla, wow, okay. That shouldn't be too hard to procure though. Are they... Oh true, you were running Lilypad in your build. But there's less incentive since we're playing Mono Wild right now. So yeah, that does make sense. That does make sense if you want to enable the Shinner resource. But even I'm wondering if Sensei would just be better. Alright, so turn 1 Brave, turn 2 Carnosaurus, or Might Singer is perfect. I love that. We've got a Chumpazor. We've got another Chumpazor, okay. That works. That works, so any true that he plays we can eat with Carnosaurus. And we will be able to eat the pound with Chumpazor on turn 4. But for now, we're going to play Might Singer and then play Wild Shard. Know it. Alright, so the next card on top of our deck is now... Oh yeah, it's something else, right? Because it does put it back into the deck. Otherwise, put the top card of your deck into your deck. Yeah. So it does remove it. Burning Tendrils on Might Singer, I'm perfectly fine with that. Perfectly fine with that. One turn away from playing Chumpazor. It's great. Hopefully he doesn't kill Brave. We're going to keep Brave on defense if he plays a brutalizer, we might be blocking. Well, this is going to be his big turn. Do we even block if he plays a brutalizer? I really want to play Champazor next turn. I think I'm not blocking, and Champazor will gain some health. Then he can block the brutalizer. I think that's the plan right now. Okay, so here we go. We go with Kismet's Curio. We go with Wild, and then Champazor, gain 2. If he wants to spend a card to remove the Champazor so that we block and die on the brutalizer, that's okay. Alright, so we're not in a bad spot, but we're not in good shape either. If anything, next turn we can play Carnosaurus to eat the brutalizer. Alright, so targeted damage, and we block. Burning Tendrils. Yeah, Burning Tendrils here was the... That line didn't really work out well. Alright, so... And then we're dead. So we had to block. This wasn't the right line. Let's do some modifications here, but I think I like the... I think I liked where we're going with that. So, removing Shook Acolyte for Chlorophilia. That was the first lesson learned here. There was another change I wanted to make. What was the other change? In the reserves. In the reserves, we wanted to scorn for winds. Wind. Does it destroys artifact as well? All constants. It doesn't destroy artifacts. But Champazor eats artifacts. Maybe we just put some Nature's Rains. Artifacts are constant, 1 for 1. Let's try some Nature's Rains. And 4. Yeah, we do need to get up to 8 though. We've got Chlorophilia, so we can ramp. We're drawing some cards here. I think I want to be able to get through my cards faster, so we're going to get a Root Father or a Sensei. Actually, Sensei doesn't sound quite bad. Yeah, I love this guy. As a one-off, and maybe as a two-of. To just make things be interesting, and the Coin of Kismet transfer the guard control the random artifact with the same cost. Yeah, I guess that works. That works better with Balthazar, so let's just go with Balthazar. Alright, let's try this configuration. Let's try this configuration here. Alright. And then if that doesn't work, we go full util mode. So maybe we don't want to go that all in into wild. We could try to build something with diamond that is a lot more controlling. and play with and don't necessarily play with Grandfather Elk. So that could be the thing. Like just splashing wild with a diamond shell that is very aggressive. Because our resource base does allow for I do not have Empress of Ice. If I would have them, I would be we would be trying wild Sapphire. Empress of Ice is pretty nice. So I love this hand. This works great. We're fighting against Takahiro. Okay. Lots of removal. So first, do we Might Singer into an empty? No, I think we're going to go with Dread Harvest first on turn 2. At least we can play. We're on the play, so Might Singer would likely not die once we play. Wow, a hero. Huh. I still like Dread Harvest first. And on the second turn we play Might Singer and a Wild Shard. And then on the next turn we play Hierophant and a Wild Shard. That should... So, sacrifice team here with up hero. It's interesting. It's interesting. So here we go Might Singer and then Shard, draw a Dreamweaver. That's perfect. Alright. Next turn he feels like he's going to sacrifice something, so I don't think he's going to pressure us that much. We need to be careful with extinction, although losing the Samurai and the Botanist feels like gruesome deed. Alright. So next turn would be Hierophant into a Shard. But I like that the fact that he's running Gruesome Deed with some Dreadlings. That makes a lot of sense. And Acolyte makes it a 1 card kill. Alright. So where do we go from there? Living Factory. That is weird. So Takahiro to draw a card. Does he have a removal for Hierophant? If he stays like that, most likely means no. Hunting Cry. Okay. So we get a free attack with Hierophant. And he doesn't have a lot of defenses. So that's the turn where we go full Dreamweaver mode. So here... Dreamweaver... And then we get this guy going. And then we attack with everything. Alright. So we're doing it. That's a ton of pressure on our opponent. He takes it all in. We get a +2/+2 to all other Shiners. Alright, so Extinction is incoming. But I'm okay having Samurai die here. Huh. I just realized the interaction between Up Hero Samurai and the Dreadlings. Because the Dreadlings, you do need to sacrifice them at the end of turn, right? That's a sacrifice effect. That does trigger Up Hero. That's very interesting. That means that you can get Up Hero to its full potential very, very, very fast. That's a neat interaction there. Works well. So we're fighting against heavy removal. What do we want to... And some Dreadlings. I think Carnosaurus will be very good. We could even play Glaucodon. to eat up hero. Actually, I do like that. I don't think Crocosaur will be that great in the matchup. Since we're facing every removal, or we can shave an extra Balthazar. Maybe a Sensei and some Crocosaurs. Just put some more pressure on the opponent. Yeah, I do agree against heavy removal. The Gargadits are nice. Oh, let's try it like that. We've got some Cluckadons and to eat the up hero, and Carnosaurus to eat the low cost bunnies, the sacrifice fathers. We saw Living Factory as well, so I feel that in a dedicated constructed deck, Living Factory is not something you want to be playing. It's really hard to get the payoff out of it. So we've got, oh, that's nice. So first turn Brave, into second turn Might Singer, into third turn double Dread Harvest. So we're clearly going to have all the resources that we need this game. Blood Reaver, okay, so we're going to go with Brave. And second turn we go Might Singer, Wild Shard, hopefully draw a Dinosaur. Dread Factory, very slow. Curio, not the best in this situation, but with these Dread Harvest, we're not in a bad spot. So Might Singer and then a Wild Shard. We draw a card, that's perfect. Even if you kill the Might Singer, we're ahead right now. So unless it plays Herofall, then we need to discard a card, and then we're just even. So any scenario, even if Hero falls here, we're still pretty good. That's why I'm running, you know, 4 copies of Might Singer of Ages. Okay, so third turn we could Dread Harvest. I think we're going to Dread Harvest. I feel like this is not a line that it took where it would extinction, so I think we're going to White Shard. Try another one. Do we go with the other Might Singer? No, I'd like to get the last white threshold that we need to enable Might Singer right now. That puts a lot of pressure on him, and then we go. But we're going to take some notes here. So, up hero with Dreadlings equal lots of sacrifice. I love that interaction. That makes sense. That does make sense. Does make a lot of sense. So where are we going next? Where are we going next? Reckless, Marshall Josefina. Only one white threshold, but we're going to go with that. We have Sensei that can draw a card, provides a body to block early in the game. This might just be mono diamond. Yeah, it looks like mono diamond, maybe with some sapphire. Another Carnosaurus, so ideally we get another white threshold next turn. If we don't, we play Monarius Sensei, hopefully draw a shard with it. That could be ideal. I really feel that you just play wild because of, you know, you play Braves, you play Might Singer, and then you play anything else that you might just want, right? She's that strong. So where would we go if we go diamond with a decent amount of ramp? Carnosaurus here, that doesn't work well for us, but hopefully we draw a shard in the next 2 cards. Dreamweaver is not a shard, we have to discard here. We're going to discard the big dude. I love the Carnosaurus, I love the Crocosaur. Just need 1 wide threshold and we're good. Maybe the Kismet Curio is not good enough. We're definitely trading if he attacks. We're not trading, we're just chum blocking at this point. I think I've got all the cards needed to play that deck too, if it comes to it. Yeah, Kismet is... Okay, so we do get a white shard. I think we don't really have a choice to eat the defender here. We're way behind, but if we only draw shards from now on, we might be okay. And we might. Alright, 3 Angel of Dawn is a big problem. So he's playing, yeah, so he's going with the, okay. Adjudicator is coming down soon, but we're mostly dead at this point. This is a very aggressive start for Wild to be facing. I guess we play first Carnosaurus, we don't fight, play the second one, and then we fight and gain 4. And then we can chum block. And if we're being very lucky next turn, we can Crocosaur, kill 2 things, gain 4 if we still have the Carnosaurus. So is it worth it to take 3? Well, I guess we're not blocking anyway, so we're going to take, wow. That's a bunch of damage. 12, we're now at 13. And Angel is now above 5. The hero is now above 5, so there's no way we win this one. So this is where packing a lot of removal in Diamond would pay out. So if we're going to play Diamond and Wild, I think we're not going to take a lot of Wild. And we're going to take some nice removal and things like that from Diamond. So I like this guy, I like this guy. We could bring in some turbulences for the Angel of Dawn, but that only deals with Angel of Dawn. This is an aggressive deck. Huh. What do we cut? I think we're cutting the big guys here. Again, so we're in a situation where we're cutting the big guys often. They're good in the mirror. They might be good in the control deck, but maybe we don't main deck them if we expect to see a lot of aggression. Where do we go from there? We need to fight vampires, we need to fight aggressive decks. We need to fight blood control. Again, with the Curio here, it's really a pain. but we're on the play and we can turn 2 Chlorophylla, so we can turn 3. We can do some nice things here, and we have a Dread Harvest, so we're mainly okay, I feel. Vampires are fighting and I hate them. They're okay. And if we're, you know, playing Diamond, we have lots of ways to deal with them. So that's the beauty of Diamond. Maybe we get a wild and we eat the escort right away with the Carnosaurus. That would be best. We don't, so we're going to play the Curio. And then go with Chlorophylla. Alright, so turn 2 there's no Hero of Legend. We clearly want to eat his turn 2. Let's see. I think that the Dread Harvest and Runeir is a great interaction, but for it to be worthwhile, you need more. Oh, nice. Now we have a Carnosaurus target that doesn't make us die. That's perfect. We go Dread Harvest. Get a shard. Play the shard. Play Carnosaurus. Eat this guy. And then pass the turn. Okay. We're in Dreamweaver territory here with champion power activation. That would swing the game in a significant way for us. And we can chop block here, so if he plays a shard and a Hero of Legion, at least we can block 1. And then on the swing back we can do some nice things. So it's going to pressure us here. Alright, I'll bite. I'll trade. I'll take the 2-4-1 for Carnosaurus, no problem. No problem at all. No problem at all. Shinobi. We didn't get a resource, but I feel like we should eat the Shinobi. So let's see if we can get a resource here. Nice. Nice. 3. Do we run here? Or we eat the Shinobi? I think we eat the Shinobi here. This guy's a pain. I want to see him. Do we play the Kismet Swim? No, we take it. We keep it. Alright. Yeah, Dread Harvest. Not sure that it's putting its weight right now. I think I'd much rather have Steadfast and Skyguard plus 2 defense here. You know, Crush and plus 2 defense, but it's hard to tell. Most of the aggressive white cards have 2 white thresholds, or 3. So I'm not sure where do we go from there if we want to build Diamond. Crusader is okay. He's not going to attack, so do we make him block here? If we play Dreamweaver, he's going to have 6 defense. He needs to block with both. And if he does, we still get 1 damage through. And we dealt with these big troops. I do like that. Or we just could go Krakazaur and hold out. The other way, we play Runeir Elephant. And then Dread Harvest. And then play the Shard. And Yorfen would be 4-4. I think the best line is to deal with the board as is, since he doesn't have any resources. We lose Krakazaur, but And he's stuck with 2 phantoms. Since we can't block the phantoms really with this configuration, we're just going to attack. And we're slowly progressing toward a big Dreamweaver turn by controlling the board. So if we're playing wild, we're going to play Might Singer, Dreamweaver, Crocosaurs, Chlorophylla, and Brave. I think that the rest we shave and see what else we can bring to the table. This board, 3 resources open. I'm not sure that this is the Dreamweaver turn. I much rather go with the Runier turn. With Skyguard. And then we can go off with like 4 Dreadlings this turn because of the Brave. Aha! Ahaha! That's nice. That has a nice ring to it. That does have a nice ring to it. I'm gonna tell you, when it works, it works. And Pridefall, okay. But that's 1 removal out of his hand. Lots of flyers. Regardless of what happens this turn, next play is to go with Dreamweaver. I don't think we really have an option. Unless we draw another Crocosaur, that would be best. That would be the literal best right now. Oh, only 1 resource open. Okay. I love that. Alright, so we start by generating some Dreadlings, or do we keep the shard? Let's just get this guy going. So he needs to block with both. We'll trade with 1. I'm okay trading with Angel of Dawn right now, I believe. This is basic. If it wouldn't be basic, that would be great. Are we sending a bunch of... No, we're not. We're keeping this one. Alright. Let's attack with this guy. Double block. And I don't think we have a choice but to remove the Angel of Dawn here. We're not killing both, but that's okay. That was a good trade. We could try Whim on Sensei, but I don't think that's a good thing. We keep the chum blockers here for Hero of Legion. The wow, really? Well, all is fine if we top deck Crocosaur at this point, so not going to be too salty about that. Shinobi is a pain, but Dread Harvest is clearly not what we wanted, and we're mostly dead at that point. Let's just Kismet Whim the Dreadling. Yeah, we needed to remove the Kismet Whim. That's another thing we needed to remove from the deck. Yay! Yay! So we're going to take what, 4? We take another 6. If we get a Crocosaur, maybe we live. We remove these 2. And then, yeah, we're dead. Alright. So let's go back to the drawing board. I think we've got a core. Let's get back to the drawing board. So remove these, remove the resources. We might not even need Cloverphilia, to be honest. Let's just go with what seems to be working very well for us. This works really well. This works very, very well. So let's see in Diamond, what do we want to be playing with this? And maybe we don't play Diamond. Maybe we play Sapphire with some Coyotals. Because if we play Coyotals, we have access to Bluegrass. So maybe we try playing with Bluegrass. So the question here would be Coyotl. If we're playing with Coyotl, then Dreamweaver, I guess, is the way to go. We go Dreamweaver again. That's a lot of 5s. I don't like that many 5s. What else do we do with Coyotals? We could there you go with Brown Fox Scout. To go more beatdown. Or Might Singer just can draw cards. Maybe we go something like we use dinos to control the board, and then no, I don't think that's that doesn't work. That does not work. If we want to go, where do we want to go from there? If we go Sapphire, we could Boris to make Dreaming Fox has a lot of health and draws cards. So I think we're going to go with that. Starcaller, Elder of Vision. Yeah, that's a neat trick, but let's try to see if we're going Sapphire. I'll best to complete this thing here. Sapphire tends to draw cards, which would be good. So if we're going Sapphire, we can go with things like Arcane Focus. Really great. We could go with things like Change Course from the new set that I really, really like. So let's say we want to play these cards together. For removal, we could play Carnosaurus. I like Carnosaurus main deck. Let's go with 3. We're going to have to redo the reserves after that, but I think 3 main, 3 Croc, 3 Carnosaurus makes sense. We will need Coyotals at this point. I think Windsinger is a great card to have. That works nice. So we're now at 6. We could go with Trickster with the wide gem, that +1 attack and crush. That could be a neat thing. We could just go with Brown Fox Scout for more of the beatdown plan. Actually, I do love Scout. I do love Scout. So 4, 8, 10, maybe 2 more Coyotals there. Yeah, we're not playing. So we're not playing Might Singer to get 5 thresholds very quickly. We're just playing Might Singer in this configuration just to draw cards. So Crow Feather makes sense as well. So we clearly got our Coyotals. We don't need a Scouts here. So this is a more controlling build, right? We've got some dinos to control the board. We can control the board with Crow Feather. We can draw cards with Might Singer. We draw cards with Change Course and Arcane Focus. We'll get some ramp and fixing. So just need to live through the middle game, right? This is so I feel like with this configuration we can deal with pretty much anything on the board. Small, big troops, kind of have a board wipe, kind of have card draw. a nice late game engine to draw some more cards. I think this is a very nice place to start. And then maybe we play some counter magics to protect Might Singer. Goes well with change course. I love that. Maybe... Do we want... Yeah, we want 2 wide first, so we're not playing counter magic on 3. We're going to only have access to 4 fixers, so it's not that great. Alt is a reserves card. It's not a main deck card, but I will be playing Alt in from the reserves for sure. Change course draws. Yeah, I think if we're playing this guy here, counter magic is nice. Also helps protecting Might Singer. So, what else do we have? Let's look. Rarity. What works well with this configuration? We're not going to use anything to pump Dreamweaver, so I don't think we're running it with this configuration. But I like the basis here. I really do. Maybe you run 3 of this guy just because of Herofall. Give some respect to Herofall. Alright, so Herofall. Here we got 27, we got some nice threats. I'd like to have 2-cost threat really, that's what I want. A 2-cost troop that is a threat that goes well with Might Singer. Or a 1-cost card. So, Dread Technomancer, no. We got some Carnosaurus for turn 2. We could run a few Buccaneers for the aggressive matchups. We need to address how we win against Yotul though. I think it's going to be much of the same reserves. So... Azure Fate Sorceress could be create a troop or create an action and something else. That could be a lot of card advantage. Recluse doesn't really work. We could just play Root Fathers for the top end. I think this is a list where I play Mass Polymorph Dingler. Mass Polymorph Poly. What kind of filter did I do? Reset filters. Polymorph. Here it is. So I want to play 1. We've got some ramp, we've got some card draw. We've got some ways to interact with the board. A lot of ways to interact with the board. We got 3, 6, 9 cards that interact with troops on the board. We've got about 4 or 5 slots remaining for this list. We want 2 drops. 2 drops. What were you guys putting? Like 2 drops or maybe 3 drops. We could go Hierophant. We could go Stargazer to draw some more cards. But I think we're okay in the term card draw. And we don't want to play too many actions to make sure that Might Singer get the most value of Might Singer. So I guess we want troops that affects the board and like come into play effects, really. So... Oh, we want some Transmogriphades, right? There's no way we don't want Transmogriphades, so maybe... We don't want this guy. We got some Transmogriphades. That does make sense. 2, 4, 1, 3. Yeah, I can see that. I think it's starting to look like something nice. We could play Mirror Knight. There's a lot of troop. This is troop base. Troop base. So maybe we don't play change course. We play a bunch of Mirror Knights and some Braves. Some Buccaneers. Two drops, 3 drops, 4 drops, 5 drops. And this guy would be Skyguard Crush. Yeah, something like that. Do you like? What do you guys think? It's a rough list, but I think there's nice things here. That would work well. So we've got a lot more control over the game. So I think we can clearly face big wild with a list like that. With the Buccaneers and the Transmographates. We could also... I'd like to have some... Yeah, Tide. I'd like to have some quick ways to answer Dreamweaver. So, Crackling Tides. Maybe we don't run Root Father in the main. Dreaming Frost just has a very, very high health total, and that's really what I like here. So, just 1 Root Father. With 2 Tides, 3 Buccaneers. Yeah, I think I like that. 4, we're at 8 actions and the rest is all troops. 9 actions, the rest is all troops. We've got the Coyotals for... We got 4. We've got 2. We're low on Coyotals though. We're at 11 on Coyotals. Hey kittens, how are you doing? We're a bit low on Coyotals. That's a problem. I think I'm removing 1 CMK for another Crow Feather. And... Crow Feather. Yeah, just to make sure that we're high enough for Bluegrass. That would be a concern. And maybe our Root Father is something else, but I like the draw here. Because we got 4. Yeah, I think this is good. So we're going with 4 Bluegrass. Sadly, we don't have access to much else in terms of fixing. But so we're 58-58. We're pretty much dead on even, and we've got 16 sources of wild and some card draw in between. I guess that makes for a... Hey, kitten! Wow, that's nice. That's pretty nice grabs here. So where do we go with the reserves? I like the Cluckodon here. I like the 2 Chumpasaurs. We don't necessarily want a 3rd Crocosaur. I think we might want a Carnosaurus. Just go with what we want here. I think we'd want some Verdicts and all Verdict. Maybe 2 Verdicts and 2 Alt. To play with these things, Mass Polymorph Dingler, maybe we want a second one. That rounds up things up. Against aggressive like Diamond Base deck and maybe Ruby Blood decks, we might want another Buccaneer. Another, for the decks against the Carnosaurus is not great, we could get 1 more Mirror Knight. Where do we go from there? Maybe... Counter Magics? Would this be... This doesn't feel like a Counter Magic list though. It's very proactive. I like this list from the reserves. Doing some great things here. I like ways to kill artifacts. A bit more ways to kill artifacts and constants, so... Scorn, I guess. Scorn. 2 scorns, destroy 1 artifact, target constant or rivet 1 troop. Okay. And maybe we go with another Root Father? Just for the big wild decks? Something along these lines. Alright, so let's try this configuration now. See what happens. So Champion Dreaming Fox, the reason would be because of very high health and some card draw later in the game. First bit of the draft is getting that crap. Oh, that's sad. That's really sad. But we've got a lot of ways to handle the board. We've got you know, 8 ways to draw a card plus Champion Power plus the Mirror Knight, and the Windsinger draws card. So this feels like a good base, right? Would be new deck 1, and we've got some reserves option. Alright, let's see. Let's see what happens in the constructed ladder with this list. I think that this is the strongest we've built so far. I think that would be the strongest. What did we get in Prismatic? We got Crowfeather for Sapphire Wild, right? What do you guys think about the list? Should we run Dreamweaver? Maybe that's what we do. Maybe we bring Dreamweaver from the reserves as a way to answer extinction turn. Like if our opponent extinctions on turn 4 or turn 5 or something like that, then we straight up answer by playing a Dreamweaver and then getting a troop right away. That's a very strong follow-up to extinction. Ishkoi! Go first. Hi there. Hi there. Okay. So we've got a Coyotel, so we're going to open with a wild here. Wild, and then I think we use Mirror Knight first. That does make sense. And then turn 3 we can play Might Singer, keep Transmogrifate open. Oh wow, okay. Scattering Dark in Constructed. That guy really wants his Dreadlings. So Mirror Knight, I really love Mirror Knight against the you know, blood-based deck. It was a way to answer a lot of removal before the era of set 3 and 4, so maybe that would be a good thing. Wow, okay. Decree. That guy is not kidding about getting Dreadlings. Oh, that's interesting. War Drums? Huh. And then reducing the cost of the IS card in his hand because of War Drums that are now in play. Okay. I'll buy that. Okay, I'll buy that. Huh. Say we attack with this. And yeah, that seems so. That's a ramp deck with, but that does make sense if you're playing like War Drums, and you care about Dreadlings, Skittering Dark. But Decree, I gotta... Decree feels weird. Let's just go with Might Singer here, pass the turn. Nice thing with Crackling Tide is that it provides a charge and it's very significant. Alright, where do you go from there? Another Skittering Dark. That's a lot of ramping, so... And 4 more, so basically whatever he has in hand right now will be close to free. That's 5 triggers of -1 cost that he just compounded into his 3 remaining cards. Right there. So that is a lot of value from War Drums. And that's a lot of things in the crypt, so... I'm a bit scared right now about what might happen in the very near future. The good thing is that we have the resources open for... We have the thresholds for Master of the Hunt. We've got Carnosaurus, Crackling Tide, and Transmogrifate open. I'm going to attack here because I have Crackling Tide and Transmogrifate, and mainly because all this Dreadling creation is now gone, besides Champion Power. He's going to empty his hand right there. Shard, something free, something free. Is it a Gemini deck? That's a lot of triggers, right? That's 8 Dreadlings just there. 9. That's enough to bring down Gemini to very, very, very low. Puff, yes you can. When this interplay destroys target opposing card. Alright, so we're going to lose Might Singer. We're going to draw a card. Root Father is not bad. I think that before the end of the turn we target Pa with Transmogrifade. Use Root Father to draw a card. Oh, that's nice. That's really, really nice for us. Let's just see what Root Father gets us. This is cool. Transmogrifade. Opart Unicorn is not a problem, but I don't like it being on the board. I think I would rather transform it into a 3/3 with flight. But we don't have hard removal yet, so maybe that's not too bad of a concern. You know what? Let's do Crow Feather into the Marinite. Marinite already drawn a card. So, and this one, when it dies, it will draw a card as well. And now we've got a Marinite that is a 3/3 flight troop that can attack right away. I think that's a great deal, right? We already drawn 2 cards from the Marinite. If anything, Maronites with Crowfeather is a sweet combination. Ultimately, you draw the card back from the Maronite and you essentially upgraded the Maronite with the Crowfeather, so I really love that. Hey, Peace Tinker. Oh, that is what it was ramping into. Okay. Create a random troop with equal to this cost. With War Drums, that's not a good thing, but alright. That does make sense. So we need to deal with that. We're going to block this, draw a card. We've got Crackling Tide lined up. We've got a last card for Windsinger. And Acolyte. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I'm really surprised because if this would have been Evasion, like intimidation and speed, we would be dead by now, or mostly dead. Win Singer, and then we attack. During attack phase, we bounce the. We return the giant, the gas to his end, just before attack phase. With the Crackling Tide. Then we draw a card. Okay, so next turn we can start playing Crocosaurs and Carnosaurus. You must know that we're up to something, right? Dread the Mice. Shrinking yet +2. Okay. That is a ton of damage right there. Huh. That's an interesting deck here. We're not that well equipped to deal with it. We're going to take 8. Can we raise this? Him losing the unicorn is a big deal. Then we can eat these 2 next turn. We're fairly low in HP though. Fairly low in HP. So next turn we can Crocosaur and Carnosaurus. So playing this, playing Carnosaurus. We know what he has in hand. It is a very, very, very big ghast. Very big ghast. Very, very big ghast. So the way we handle ghast is playing Crowfeather on the ghast, but the ghast has improved attack and defense, so that's not really a good way to play with the ghast. So really the way to handle the ghast is Transmogrifade, and we have 2. So maybe we need more from the reserves. I feel that we're winning this race though, because we can chump block the ghast right now. And that's a big error on this side. If he would be running the evasion on the ghast, we would be dead. (2020) 2020 ghast. Look at that. It's a very all-in build, but since we don't have any direct removal for the ghast, that's an efficient one against us. Created a botanist. Alright. And we got Arcane Focus. But mainly we just won, right? Alright, so let's not beat around the bush. We don't know what his last card is, so let's just remove the botanist from the board before we attack. Just to ensure that we got this. And maybe he can swing back, so maybe we just attack with 2 and keep the Crowfeather for blocking if anything happens. Alright, so we win this game. Very interesting deck here. How do we reserves against that? If we survive long enough, I think that Mass Polymorph Diggler is okay. Carnosaur, I like the Carns a lot because there's a lot of small troops to eat. How do we deal with the big ghast? We deal with Tides and Transmogrifades. Hey GXC, how are you doing today? We deal with it with a lot of blockers. So I guess Do we go with the extra copy of Mass Polymorph Dingler? Maybe one less Crow Feather, one more Mass Polymorph Dingler. Skarn reverts, that's true. And he is playing some constants, so that is a very good call. Very, very good call. Actually, I don't think Buccaneers would be very good here, so I like the Scorn. Maybe even Chumpasaurs. Remove all his troops are removal, right? So Scorn, great. It reverts. That's perfect. Where do we go with that? Go one. Yeah, I guess I love one. So we've got Scorn, one more Mass Polymorph Dingler, one more Carnosaurus. From the list, we remove the Buccaneers. Alright, I buy that. This is not a keep. Okay, we'll work with that. So, wild. We really just need 2 Sapphire for Mass Polymorph Dingler in the list. So, we're just getting all wild and 1 Sapphire threshold for the most part. We're going to open with wild here, and we got a Transmogrifate. That's perfect. That is perfect, so we're going to work with that. We can do something. We can do something. Botanist, yeah, that was expected. Going to play Mirror Knight first. Sapphire. Mirror Knight. So we need things between turn 2 and turn 5. Can't really take these turns off against that deck. We're going to block the Dreadings. Isaac Q, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. So, what do we like about the build? I think the build is solid right now. You know, we need lack of direct removal Earths. Good card draw, handling of the board. There's nice reserves options. These are the things that I like so far. So, second drillings come from champion power. Attack with all 3. We're going to block this guy. Jin, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. Welcome to the team, welcome to the stream. Nice. Nice. Alright, so we're not getting a lot of traction here. We don't have any Coyotals either, so we can't really use the Bluegrass right now, so we're just going to pass the turn. We still have Transmogrifate for a big ghast, so at least there's that. But we're in the Paw of Yazukan's territory right now. So if he attacks with everything again, this is why I'm not blocking the Dreadlings, because they die at the end of the turn and not after combat. Wow. That is a ton. Dreademice right now is doing some work. That's a ton of damage. It really is. It really is a ton of damage. Okay, so you know what? I might just Transmogrify that. Okay, that works. We'll work with that. He only has 2 cards in hand. He has no resources, no charges to create more dreadlings, so... representing counter magic, true, although we didn't play one first game. And but yeah, representing counter magic would have been better. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so what do you do, opponent? You got a very big turn with the dreadlings, but now you don't have a lot to show for. Perfect, perfect. Love that. Another wild. Look at that. And we're covered with a transmogriphate, so we should be able to stall. Ideally, you'd play a Paw of Yazukan to remove the Mirror Knight, so then we can Crocosaur, kill the Paw and the Priest. So now we can put a Dreadling out. Is there a good reason to do this? What's the reason to do this? Skittering Dark and then another Dread Demise? Huh. Tell me it's not another Dread Demise. Is it? We could transmogrify one of the Dreadlings, but hey Basmopar, how are you doing today, sir? Welcome to the stream. Paw of Yazukan, okay. Okay, that works. We're going to get it for 3. I love this Dreadling deck though. It's very aggressive, a lot more aggressive than I expected it to be. It does seem to work well, but I really feel that the Skittering Darks are not necessarily the best. So now we're going to be able to stabilize, and that's going to be a big deal. We don't have a lot of health, but we're going to be able to stabilize. Now, Dread Demise, I agree, is fairly good card. It does a lot of things that usually are not possible, and there's a high level of synergy to have with that card, and I do love it. I do love it. It's not for all decks, of course, but it's a powerful card for what it does. I mean, we already saw it, right? If you're able to generate just 1 or 2, just a Dread Botanist and a Shoku as a champion power, on turn 4 you can attack for 8 damage. And that's a big deal, and that's just, Dread Demise without any other, added value. And then you have a full crypt, so you can use it to scrounge all, as much as you fancy, right? So there's a lot of stuff. So what we're facing right there is an aggro deck, an aggro Dreadling deck that feels very all-in, but it's playing blood, so it can easily, play some extinctions. Paw of Yazukan is a great control card. It puts a ton of pressure, it puts a lot of uses from the Dreadlings. So there's a cool synergies there. It's clearly, wow, another Dread Demise. Attack for 4. I feel that at this point we need to transmogrifade one of these. Because Dread Demise in itself is 6 damage, right? Right from the start. So it's 6 damage with speed. And it can pump a lot of things, so... Every time I had a Dreadling, Dread Demise, nobody picked. Yeah, that's the same thing when you go with Ruby Sapphire and you get like what's the name of the Ruby Sapphire action that bounce 2 troops and then they need to replay them or they discard them. Wrong turn, I believe it is. Like the Ruby Sapphire deck with 2 or 3 wrong turns is just insane. Well, we're a bit flooded here, to be fair. But you know, another Dread Demise would be very sad. But he already played 2. I like the Dread Demise with War Drums action here to empty the hand. I like to see a way to replenish the hand here. This generates 2 Dreadlings on demand. Fixes Threshold. I really feel that not having the unblockable on the Ghast was a big mistake for our opponent. But yeah, I think one of the most underrated card right now is Dread Demise. Not even close. A lot of people don't like it. So here we just want more blockers. We need to be very, 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 very careful about attacking against that deck. That's a cool deck. I really like it. It likely just folds against deck that goes wide, like the diamond aggressive deck that has a lot of decent bodies. But even then, it packs a lot of punch. And the Ghast is such a nice card to add. I think the War Drum is a bit cute though. Exploration, oh my god. So we're just dead, right? Yeah, we flooded and we're dead. Alright, so that's okay, it happens. It's like 12 shards in the first 15 cards of the deck. That's a bit much. Can't really do anything about it though. Easy to make constructed compared to when the 2 sets in a draft pool. Yeah. So I think we're bringing in the Champazors. We didn't see a lot of low drops, but I like the gain health on the Clunkadons. I really do. Crowfeather is clunky in this matchup. I think that the Root Fodder is too slow. We're definitely boarding out the Mass Polymorph Dinglers, not that we clearly identify that this is an aggressive deck. We don't want the Buccaneers because bouncing Pav Yazukan is not that great. Bouncing the... and I think we just want Verdicts. What do we remove for Verdicts? That is a good question. Do we remove the Mirror Knights? We could remove the Mirror Knights. But Mirror Knights is a turn 2 play. And I like the turn 2 plays. 1 Crocosaur. Crocosaurs were great. Yeah, I feel like we remove the Mirror Knights. We just keep 1. And go really low with some... Yeah. So go first. And now we have Coyotls, we've got Alling Braves, Arcane Focus, and Champazor. Okay, so that does look like a end that can win. And our opponent just using Mulligan. And Mulligan's against an aggressive combo deck like he's playing is very crippling. So that's great for us. Playing 1 Brave, 1 in the bank. That means Champazor on turn 4. If things go okay, it might be turn 3 if we play another Brave next turn. Damage bomb so far has been 9 Dreadlings at +3 attack on turn 5. That's a very big amount. Wow, okay, all Brew grasses. Alright, so Getting Sapphire here. And then we Arcane Focus. Would like a Dinosaur. A Karn would be perfect. Yes, it is. And we play the other Brave. We're not going to block with the Brave, so just going to attack. Then we're in Chaposaur territory. We've got Carnosaurus up, so we've got game right now. Enough to last until the next few turns. But yeah, the Dread Demise turns here are very crippling. With the Champion Power, it's like more or less guaranteed 8 damage at speed. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of reach for a deck. And then you enable Ghast. War Drums ramps you. Lots of big synergy. I would like to see Up Hero in this deck. To get, you know, advantage of all the sacrifice triggers. And we've got Verdict of the Ancient King. That is great. That is exactly what we need. So here we're going to go with another Sapphire. Actually, we can just Champazar the Decree, right? Artifact or... and that makes for a good blocker, so yeah, that works. I think I feel like he mulliganed, so he doesn't necessarily have all the resources that he needs. And we ramped into a very nice blocker as well, gaining 1 health here. Removing 2 Dreadlings against this deck is significant. Yeah, Eulogy is a nice thing to have in the Dreadling list as well. So maybe we try to build a Dreadling list after that. I want to play that in Constructed so bad. Eulogy with Dreadlings, Scout the Wilds, some Skittering Dark, Crackling Tide, okay. We're going to get a Wild Shard here for turn. We've got Verdict and Tide open, so I feel like we're attacking with the Braves and we keep Champazar open. Yeah, I think we can build a Skittering Dark deck with Eulogy, Shoku the Botanist, and all sorts of nice things. I don't know what it looks like, but that seems like a nice combo deck. Goes for the Dreadling. Might be an Exploration creates 3 Dreadlings as well, if you have Scrounge. So, and here it is. I think we Verdict that. Alright, so we've got a very good grip on this game right now. Just need to find some threats, some more threats, and we should be good to go. So Exploration, create 3 Dreadlings, -3, -3. I don't know if we're playing the... Okay, another White Shard. It's not the best. Just attack with these 2. And then pass the turn. We've got a Crackling Tide. Gas works really well with Dreadlings. There's a lot of stuff that works really well with Dreadlings. I'm sure we could create a very good list here. Dreademice. Do we Tide the Bearer? I don't think so. This is 6. And we block 1, so this is really just 4. Wait, what? Scrounge 2. It didn't Scrounge 2. It didn't have the Dreadlings in the crypt. Frost Resort against this deck is great. If Exploration would have been a thing last turn, then this turn would have been a big problem. He's getting a ton of health with the Bloodbearer though. That's a nice combination. It's just play Arcane Focus. Yeah. Alright, one charges away. Actually, I think I want to... yeah, let's just do that. Crackling Tide of Bloodbearer and draw 2 cards. Mirror Knight, Carnosaurus, okay. We're not attacking here, we're putting the Mirror Knight in play. Next turn he plays the Bloodbearer. And then we can go on. Bloodbearer. I like Bloodbearer in this list. He must gain a lot of health with Bloodbearer. But you need to be playing Hunting Cry. That's like a 4 of in such a deck, right? With some Bloodbearers, and I still question the value of Skittering Dart, but I do understand where this is going. Now has a lot of truth, and this again, not having the cannot be blocked, he would be swinging for 9 right now. And that would make a big difference. So this one is on us for playing the Tide too early here. So just going to let it slide. Triple Carnosaurus doesn't do us great. What we could do is use them to draw cards. So what we'll do is that, and Ermite would be great. So there's clearly a combo Dreadling decks there. I think there's enough powerful interactions for this to be good. So this guy is going to gain us 6 health and draw us a card. Playing Arcane Focus. Alright, what do we get? Again with the Flood, alright. That's a ton of shards. So now we kind of need to put the pressure on. We can chump block with the Carnosaurus to draw some cards. Maybe we chump with 2 to draw 2 cards? Because we need to find an answer with a Ghast. If he goes all in, we swing back for 4, 8, 9, 10. We're missing 2. Creates a Dreadling before attacking. So he's powering another Ghast, or he's powering Scald the Wild, maybe. Let's be wise about this. We want to draw a card. Yeah, if this would be unblockable, that would make a huge difference. We would be so low right now. So Ermite into Dread the Mice would be what? 3 from the Ermite, gain 3, and then Mentor of the Grave created by the yes, okay. Again with the shards. Wow. Okay, so we're 20 cards deep into our deck, 21, and we've drawn half of them were shards. So that's high probability for us to not draw shards in the next few draws. There's that. If you find a way to deal with the ghast, I feel it will be in a okay position. This girl here is a problem though. Call the Grave would be getting a Dreadling back at this point, so that's not too scary. What I'm very scared about is another Dread Demise or even worse, Exploration. Dread Demise. Okay, so we chump block with this guy to draw a card, and these two we block with these. So this, and this. Actually, I'm not blocking with the Champazor. I don't want this to dive to an Exploration. Even though I feel he would have played the Exploration before combat. Another shard, look at that. Look at all these shards. And a Might Singer. Okay, Might Singer might just be our saving grace here. So we play Might Singer. The highest cost among troops that we have in our deck right now is 6, so I'm going to play the Shard of Instincts for a wild threshold. No draw. Alright. Pass the turn. So we've got some fodder for the ghast here. We still have the Champazor, but our options are becoming a bit slim here. He's gaining a lot of health from these decrease from these Dreadlings, since he's gaining, what, 2 each right now? We're going to start blocking with the Braves. Next turn this is going to be a 7-7, and the turn after that's going to be 12-12, so if he doesn't have ways to kill Might Singer, we will be in a good spot. So no Exploration, I'm pretty sure. I guess we start blocking, right? I don't want to risk it. Declare defenses. We block with this. We block with this. And we let 5 go. I guess that's fair. So this one becomes 7-7 at the start of our next turn. We get a try at drawing a troop from this white shard. Another shard, really? Wow. No draw. Okay. That is a concern. I was mainly playing against an Exploration. Mainly for that. So at least now we can block with Might Singer on the Mentor of the Grave. True, he would have killed a Might Singer, you're right, so that does make sense. It doesn't appear to be running Herofall or Extinction in his list, so... But that does make sense. Gotta buy in my draft, my Bolt Spasms were ready. Alright, so War Drums is okay with us, doesn't really improve his board that much. If he had a removal, he would have used it on the Might Singer. So if he attacks with the ghast, we block with the Brave. And we really need to draw something else than shards right now. We had 11 shards in the first 24 cards. That is a lot of shards. That is a lot of shards. Alright, starting next turn, we can block the Ghast. If Might Singer doesn't die. No shard. Transmogrifade on the Gallows Cast is our ticket to safety. So I believe we start attacking right now. Next turn is going to be lethal if he doesn't kill the Might Singer or generate a ton of Dreadlings. On a 6 cost, Transmogrifade could still screw us, but it's a bit less likely. So I'm going to play the Sapphire Shards here, but it's us closer to getting to the next activation of Dreaming Fox, which is crazy. In 25 cards. Getting Windsinger would be great. Alright, so Taste for Blood. No problem. No problem at all. No problem. Revert. Alright, what do we get? Wait. Did I... Okay, so... What do we get? We get... We can get through this. 2-5. 2-5, we can deal with that. We can deal with that. Alright, that worked. And Might Singer would be 1919. And he doesn't have enough to block to survive. Might Singer of Ages, as good as advertised. Did we just drew another chart? Really? Really? Another shard. This is a very long game for... But the Dreadling decks. Dreadling deck. Proving to be a force here. We managed to win this match though. Okay. So where do we go from there? Let's just explore a bit the Dreadlings deck. I think that there's a lot of powerful stuff there. Alright, so Dreadling and show our cards. There's not a ton of mentioned Dreadlings when you look at it like that, right? Botanist, Dread Driver would be great in this list. Exploration. Please play Dreadlings. Alright. We'll try to do something with Dreadlings now. Where do we go? Where do we start? I guess the Botanist is a free source of Dreadling, and we're going to play Shoku. I really don't have a lot of the cards that are needed for Dreadlings though. That's the problem. I don't have the new cards. We can, like, if someone has a Dread Demise that they would be able to send my way, that would be great. Guess we're playing these. Dread Driver would be nice. Maybe it's cheap on the auction house and we can get it. Against my better judgment, we could go with Skittering Dark and Underwood Decree to fix and provide Dreadlings. So that would be the base. Where do we go from there? You kind of want to set up a big turn 4 or 5 with the Dread Demise, so I think we want to play Extinction. That's a lot of 4-cost cards though. That is a lot of 4-cost cards. Devouring Doomspore Route. That's a lot of 4-cost, so we're playing Wild. Wild. Do we want Chlorophilia or Brave? Deed. We're clearly playing Deed, right? We're playing Shoku with Gruesome Deed. That seems like a perfect fit. Like a match made in heaven, so to speak. That's a very, very, very efficient piece of removal there. So let's just stick with the efficient cards here. Dread Demise for a big turn with Dreadlings, that's okay. The Botanist generates 3 Dreadlings. We get 3 Dreadlings from the Champion Power here. So we need other sources of Dreadlings for the Dread Demise. The Decree here. War Drums. It's kind of needed. I don't have any. Skitter. Skittering. This one, we need Paw of Yazukans that we don't have. We need some Herofall that we don't have. Let me tell you, I really don't have the cards right now, so instead of trying to make this one happen in in-game client, since I don't have the cards, let's just wrap up this stream with a brewing a deck here. So deck, my deck, new deck. Let's make it public. Skitters, and let's try to build it like that. So that way you can have we will have access to the cards that we need. So if we're going to play Dreadlings, I think Dreadling. Alright, so let's say we have access to all the cards. I think we're going to play Driver. I'm not sure about Exploration. Dread Demise makes sense. Botanist makes sense. So where do we go from there? We take the other Botanist here. Do we play Exploration? Is that good enough? That's a question. Skittering Dark. We want to play with Scrounge if we can. So clearly we play Hunting Cry. We play Gruesome Deed. That's a lot. Okay, so now we have control. We've got our Champion Power that creates a Dreadling for Gruesome Deed or Hunting Cry early in the game. This helps both as well. We've got the Driver that generates 2 Dreadlings when it attacks, and then 3 and then 4. So that would work. Dread Demise works well if we have Driver, Botanist, or the other Botanist in play for more Dreadlings. So Dreadling generator, we've got 8 with the Champion Power. Do we want more? I don't think we're going to be playing, you know, we need 3 Dreadling generation for Dread Demise to be very, very good. Or cheap Dreadling generation. I think Decree... Dreadling... I think Decree might be a necessary evil. And it does fix the threshold, so... The reason I would not go with the champion that has a constant is that first, constants are easy to remove if you expect them, and second, it comes so late in the game that it's not worth it anymore. Like you get the first drilling on turn 6, so Pain Breeder. When a spider interplay under your control, it gets +1/+1. No, I do agree. Decree does help pushing, and it does fix thresholds. But that doesn't leave a lot of room for other cards, right? So Decree. Let's say we go with Underworld Decree. That is a ton of cards. But that is a lot of Dreadlings creation. So where do we go from there? Swamp Water Recluse. In a list like that, it might. The card that we wanted to play though was Cast. Cast made a lot of sense. Ghast here would be huge. Maybe we want 3 with that many Dreadlings. Malice. Malice I like a lot in a list like that. Malice is a cool thing here. Pay 2 health, create 4, sacrifice a spider, draw a card, gain 2 health. We can sacrifice a Dreadling. I really, really love Malice in this configuration. We can easily provide a spider from the champion power on demand for Malice. So on turn 3, on turn 2 you play Malice, on turn 3 you get a white threshold, activate Botanist, sacrifice the Dreadling, and gain 2 health and draw a card. That's very, very nice. Yeah, 2 Malice is great. Maybe we go with 2 Ghasts. Whoa, 2 Ghasts, because we have a lot of cards right now. And actually this is a list where I'm not sure that we would play Dread Demise. We do want to play Wild just for the champion though. So Deed. We want Sacrifice Fodder for Gruesome Deed. We don't want to rely on the champion power too much though. That's a lot of strain on the champion power right now. Deed plus Decree on turn 3 is perfectly fine. Hunting Cry. Draw some card. I really love Malice. Really, really love Malice. Driver is great with a lot of health on turn 3. That's perfect. So how do we pay out with the Dreadlings? We pay out with Dread Demise, create some Dreadlings. We're powering Assault right now. We've got some great removal. I feel this is the kind of deck that would like a board wipe. Actually, I'm not sure I want to go with Dread Demise. I think I don't want to go with the aggressive route. Do we go with Dread Factory? Dread Factory is 2 a turn. 2 a turn is big. 2 a turn is very, very, very big. And if we're, I really like Dread Factory because if we're going that route, we're not necessarily attacking with the Dreadlings. We're just using them to sacrifice for Xentot's Malice. We're using them to sacrifice for Gruesome Deed. Apiro, Eremite are very, very great. So, where do we go from there? Hunting Cry I like. The Ghast I like. Botanist I don't like. Botanist does provide a free Dreadling in return. That's an engine, okay. I can buy Botanist. I really don't like Decree though. If we're not going to go for the blowouts, decrease not there. And we're just instead going with the factory. But that's a lot of constants. That's the problem. That's a really a big problem. So that route we're going right there. We're going to go with Herofall. And we're going to go with Extinction. We need to control the board because we are going to be behind. So we're going to be behind on the board. So maybe we just put 2 Dread Factories. Dread Driver, something. I'm not even sure that this is a Gallows Gas deck anymore. So more, it feels like a combo deck, so to speak, right now. So let's say we don't use Botanist. Where are we right now? Yeah, we need some... How do we get Sacrifice Fodder? We need to play Botanist. So we need to play Wild. Some amount of Wild. We need to play some amount of Wild. That's a lot of control though. 4 Deeds, 4 Herofall, and 4 Extinction. We're going to control the crap out of the board. Let's just say it like that. We're just going to destroy anything that hits the board. So we're not concerned about HP that much. Drawing 2 cards with Hunting Cry is great. We're going to be able to get some HP back with Mattis. I might be convinced to go with 4 Dread Factory in such a list. We've got all the control that we need. We've got Dreadling Creation. We've got 4, 8. Maybe later down the road we've got some nice Dreadling Creation. We do play a lot of constants though. I'm a bit scared about that. Maybe 2 Malice. Maybe it's not 4 Deeds for you know, 4 of each, right? It could be 2 Herofall, like 3/3, and bring things from the reserves. We got some card draw which I really like. We've got 6 card for card draw. The problem in dropping Wild is that you don't have enablers for Gruesome Deed on demand, and that's a big deal. Also transform Xenton's Maddox into, you know, it transforms the champion power into draw 2 cards for 2 resources and gain 2 health, which is very great. So I like the combination with Malice and the factories. What I don't like about Darman 1 is the fact that it's a constant again, so you get a very big blowout by you get blown out by Winds of Change, and that's a big deal, right? If you're going to invest a lot into a constant, start of your turn, create a Dreadling as well to this troops attack, then put them into play. And it must attack. So playing a lot of removal with this guy makes sense. So these 2 create Dreadlings at the start of the turn. We're drawing some cards. We're in combo AF. So what do we do with all the Dreadlings and the Scrounge and then all this stuff? How do we combo off? We've got 7 cards at 3 cost. We've got a bunch of low drop. So I think we still need to go heavy on removal, because we're not blocking with this deck. How do we pair out Dread Factory? We create Dreadlings with a Dread Driver, and then exhaust him with the Factory so he doesn't attack, and then we can use it on the next turn. I do like that a lot. Again, I'm not a fan of the Blood Champion with a banner. I'm really not a fan of it. Because the way we could control the game even more would be to go run Pav Yazukan. But I don't think we're generating that much dreadlings right now. We're just, yeah, we need more dreadling generation. We need, do we really play Skittering Dark? We might not have a choice. So the way we win is by controlling the board and Zengtot's Mattis and Dread Driver. The rest is just producing tons of dreadlings. Maybe we don't need to be in wild. So let's say we're not in wild. Dread Demise is a bit worse. But we do get Herofall in Extinction, so that's 8 pieces of removal, so I'm not too sad. But Dread Demise. So, Skittering Dark. So what we would want is a blocker. Red Factory. That's 8. We just have 8 troop in the deck right now, and that's a big concern to be able to activate Dread Factory. Maybe that's too many Dread Factories and too many Menace. Too many Gruesome Deeds. Yeah, we need to make place for troops, and this is where maybe the white troops come in. This is where white comes in, right? We have about 6 slots. We've got a decent amount of removal. We've got a decent amount of Dreadling creation, although late game with the factories. So really what we need, and we've got some card draw. So what we would need is more Dreadlings. Decree is Dreadlings and fixing. Skittering Darks is Dreadlings on the cheap, but it's not recurring. We could play Dread Harvest. Dread Launcher. Exploration. As a removal that create Dreadlings. I still see us playing Shoku. Yeah. The Gruesome Deeds are so efficient. Would be hard not to play them. Let's say we put in 6 more troops here. To enable the factories and to Acolyte of Shoku. Huh. So we've got a control, we've got some amount of Dreadlings created. We've got board wipes. I don't think we need more removal. Although exploration would be removal that creates 3 Dreadlings that can be used for to pump the factories. And go with Scrunch, so the thing is, if we don't go with Shoku, and the Acolyte that can create Dreadlings on demand. That might be the thing. That's another Dreadling creator. It's on demand, so it works great with Mattis and the factories. Worked great with Gruesome Deed for like 3, for 4 you can create a Dreadling and kill whatever you need. So your win condition is Malice mainly in a deck like that, and the driver. Like you remove all blockers and you just attack every turn with driver and you win the game extremely fast. So driver and Malice are the win conditions. I think we go with Acolyte. We play like 2 Pavyazukan to just remove more things from the board. Or maybe I would love to see Eremites. They give reach to the list and they provide a lot of resilience. So Eremite. What if we're going too deep on Dreadlings and we just want Dread Factories? But I like the enabling of Dread the Mice and Haunting Cry. I think that's worth interaction. Eremite is great. It's 1 damage and 1 health. And the Hop Hero is the next. Because Hop Hero doesn't do much on its own. But that's a card, that's a troop we can use to exhaust the other ones. And as soon as Hop Hero is online though, then it starts doing some great things. Do we not go with the Botanist? Huh. There's a lot of value in going mono blood here. I hate to go with the banner champion. I really do. Something like that? So you win by created Dreadlings, mainly by you create Dreadlings with constants and you create Dreadlings with troop. The rest is just removal, right? We've got 12 pieces of removal, and Up Hero can be more removal if needed. And we've got some reach with health. The very, very big problem with Takahiro is that she starts very, very low and she doesn't enable the combo allow. What are the chances that we can enable Takahiro on turn 3? Not a lot in this deck, really. Actually, Takahiro doesn't make sense with this list. We would need Skittering Dark or... Because the only... or we would need Acolyte maybe. Like with Takahiro, we'd add Acolyte. That could work. That could work, but... so we win with Eremite and Dreadlings. We win with Malice and Dreadlings. We win with Driver and just attack. First turn it attacks for 3 and then it attacks for 5 and then it attacks for 7. And the fact that you can use him to with the Dread Factories I really like. So maybe we go up 1 more Dread Factory. Maybe we need more Dread Factories there. That would be... That is a weird build. It's easy. Well, yeah, but if they expect it, so this is the kind of deck that works at the Cosmic Crown Showdown, because let's say you find the best list, right, with a banner champion, and then you take the crown. After that, everyone and their mother is going to bring some constant 8, because that whole deck is based on constants, along with the champion. So if they destroy your constants, you're not going to win with Dread Driver. That leaves the only win condition. So in the reserves, you need a transformative reserves plan, I feel. That could be sliding in like 12 empires from the reserves. That could just be it, right? You know what? We're not playing up hero. I feel that this list is really a list where you would play Inquisition. On turn 2, you remove some of their best cards from their end. And then you know what they have, so you can use your many removal actions correctly, optimally. And then you get the Dreadling train going. Yeah, it is sad. It is sad that the Prophecy deck will be bugged at the CSS. Although there's a few nice tools right now to deal with it, so yeah, like and then we go in the reserves, and I wouldn't hate that. Vampires, that would be crazy though. Do we want to do that? Like a transformative reserves plan? With 12 empires? So you trade like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You trade 3. Does that works? The deed are not that great though. That's not enough. Maybe you keep the Dread Factory. The bug right now with the Prophecy deck is that when you prophesize an action with draw a card and then it copies, you're not drawing all the cards, if I'm not mistaken. That it's all in the forums and the known bugs. So does that work with vampires? Like you keep the removal, you play Haunting Cry, and you keep the banner, right? You would remove Mediso 2. This is 5 that we remove. This is 9 that you remove. And then you would remove these 3 factories. So that would be a total of 12 cards that you change for vampires. And then you get a vampire deck with Dread Driver and a lot of removal. And that's it. That would be a great transformation for a deck like that. What do you guys think about this list? And maybe a transformating reserves option. Like, after reserves, when they bring in constant destruction, you just side out all the constants and everything that is related to dreadlings, really. And you just bring in vampires. Like 12 vampires. And you still have, you know, the full set of Herofalls and Inquisitions and Gruesome Deeds. That works with the Champion Power and the Dread Driver. And you know, if you're in a pinch, you can also sacrifice a Vampire to kill something with Gruesome Deed. It's not too bad. And there's still 3 slots in the reserves. I mean, this deck can deal with pretty much anything, right? Well, that's 30, so my long stream on the Sunday morning, we're going to be after the CSS, so I'm at least going to review the deck that our team will be running on the CSS, or the decks that will be running on the CSS, and the other decks that we encounter. So expect that to be the case for my stream on Sunday morning for sure. For the rest, let's see. Maybe I try to have this Dreadling deck going for Sunday morning stream, but I don't think so. But this is an interesting list. The key pieces here that cost a lot are just the Herofall, but besides the Herofalls, the rest of the deck is fairly cheap. Extinction does fetch a good price. Maybe we get 1 less Cry and 1 more Factory. Something along these lines. I don't know. I like the idea of having a vampire. Maybe... Oh, maybe that's the key here. Maybe that's a vampire deck that transforms into a Dreadling deck. So like game 1 you fight against vampires, and they're better game 1. And then game 2 they bring in the vampire hate, and you get all the vampires out and you put some dreadlings and dread factories there. That could be a thing. Yeah, and one of the reasons I didn't want to go to the draft metrics right now, I wanted to accumulate more data and see, you know, get more feedback from the community and my teammates about, you know, what would be a signal or not. And there's a lot of things going on there. So we're definitely going to review the draft metrics Sunday morning as well. And maybe start updating the whole card list with limited feedback on each cards, and maybe do a draft and review all the cards that we drafted, kind of thing. That could be cool. There's a lot of things that could be done. Alright, so Botanist, Undead Cry, Madness, Inquisition. And I do have a pet deck for the new format. I can't wait to play it on stream. I cannot play it right now because it might be a candidate for the Cosmic Crown Showdown, so we'll see. But Sunday morning I'll be ready to play it, so can't wait to play this. Can't wait to play this. So I think we're going to... I'm going to end this out for tonight. Going to sleep on this one. If you guys want the list that we worked on today, here is the link. Don't Don't put too much attention about the vampire transformative reserves, but I do like it. The reserves could be 12 vampire and 3 relentless corruptions. Corruptions. So when you fight against vampires, there's a lot of life gain. These are flight troops. You're fighting against every removal deck. So what do? What's the best way to fight against vampires? You need to insert the vampires, and you need to draw a lot of cards to beat them at the card advantage game. Because usually the deck with heavy blood decks with vampires, they don't draw a lot of cards, right? So that's how you beat that deck. So, but if you're playing vampires and then game 2, you side out the threats that die to extinction and things of the sort, and you either try to raise them, but raising vampires is a bit hard, or you try to deal with the vampires and go with the card advantage route, and then you become a bit slower, and you're focused on dealing with vampires, and then you remove the vampire from your deck, and you bring in the dreadlings, and all of a sudden you have a very, very different deck. Or you start with dreadlings, and then you go and you transition into vampires. That could be a thing. That could very well be a thing. A transformative reserves, and then you switch between games with these two. Because that deck does end up with pretty much anything, right? Inquisition to remove cards from hand. Extinction, we've got Haunting Cry to draw some cards. Very, very low costed efficient removal. Can play the attrition game with the Mattis, if that's the name of the game. If they bring in Constant Hate, you switch with Vampires. If they bring in Vampire Hate, you switch to Constant. Combo with the Dreadlings, and you go wide. Yeah, I think there's something to this. There's powerful things going on here. Let's just sleep on that. Monoblood Dreadling Vampire deck. It's a Vampire Surprise. I like that. Let's just call it like that. That's no way that's not the deck's name. This is Vampire. The Vampire Surprise. I love that. The Vampire Surprise. Alright guys, this is going to be it for today's stream. Thanks you so much for watching. There's a lot of things beneath the stream there. There's the stream notes, there's a set review card, there's a matrix that we work on for the draft, and limited in general. So tons of cool stuff. There's links to key forum posts as well. So don't hesitate to go there and find all things X related. And there's a very, very fine gentleman right now that is streaming, which is our new Exalted. So say hi to Zubrin here. Just one of the finest members of our community was just received a very big recognition in the last Gen Con, if you were not aware of that. So don't hesitate to follow him and look at him. He is a very strong player. He's also the main pillar behind a lot of the community event run by 5 Shards team, and he's a member of my team. So big shout out to Zubrin. watch him play, and there's a lot to learn from him, so don't hesitate to continue to watch him. And for the rest, thank you guys for joining. See you Sunday morning with hopefully a review of the new constructed scene. Alright guys, take care.